Thursday, June 8th. We're making protein pancakes. So I just kind of wanted to show you what I'm doing. We've been addicted to using this because it's an easy breakfast go-to. Maybe you're a pancakes person, maybe you're a waffles person. So there's 3 of us that I am gonna make pancakes for. So I used 2 servings of this, which is 63 grams at 220 calories. That's 15 grams of protein per serving, which I've messed around with the recipe, so yeah. And then I do 2 scoops of protein. It's either this vanilla one or the chocolate, and this is going to be 120 calories for every scoop, or 31 grams. And today we're adding bananas and chocolate chips. So I did 50 grams of bananas and 10 grams of the Lily's dark chocolate chips. And so we're gonna see how many pancakes come from that. And then we'll go ahead and split that between me and the 2 other people. So breakfast is complete. It's 7 a.m. so I started cooking about 6:15. The setting on this is wrong.
Nice pajamas.
I look weird. Stop. So we have 2 whole eggs and then 120 grams of egg whites, which 46 grams is 1 egg white, 1 large egg white. That's 25 calories. So 120, that's about 3 servings, a little under. And then the pancakes, I really don't know how many we got because one of our roommates ran out of the door and they just took a breakfast with them. So as you can see, the pancakes are all different shapes and sizes because I'm a creative girl. And then we also added this smoked hot sausage. We only had 2 links left, so I had to split that between 3 people. So that was about 60 grams per person. And then 1 link. The past few days we've been having 1 link each. That's 98 grams for almost 300 calories, but we really like the sausage, so it's worth it. And that's it. I might drizzle a little bit of honey over this, and if I do, I'll measure it. If I don't, then I won't have it. And that's it for breakfast. So I'm actually gonna make a coffee, and I just filled my cup with ice. I'm gonna measure out my syrup. That was warmer than I thought. I expected it to be not warm at all. So this is not sugar-free. I honestly cannot stand like sugar-free things. I don't like really the flavor of them. It's more like the after effects of the syrup. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. It's 30 milliliters is 2 tablespoons for 80 calories. I don't even need 32. I mean, I don't need 80. I don't need 2 tablespoons worth. So that's 1 pump. It's not registering. That's upsetting. Supposedly that's 9 milliliters, but I'm actually gonna say that it's about 20. So I don't like when this thing doesn't register properly. I don't know why it does that. We're gonna say it's 15. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna add almond milk. This is 1 cup, 16 ounces, 240 milliliters is 1 serving of 30. That's why I like to use the unsweetened kind, because then I just use my own sweetener. Go ahead and put just enough. Like that's almost 60 milliliters. So a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna add more ice and then we're gonna call it a day. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruby and I'm trying to lose weight on this side of the universe. So today I want to walk you through a realistic eating day for me. I'll go ahead and record every time I'm gonna eat, portions, things like that. I'm not tracking calories, but I do track portions. So like if a portion is 100 grams, I'll go ahead and weigh out 100 grams just so that I can have that portion control. Once again, I am not counting calories. For me, that's a lot of work, and I just kind of want to have what I want to have and go from there. I do like to hit a high protein intake or higher protein intake. So that's really my focus. From there, I'm looking at moderate carbohydrates, whether that's like simple carbs or complex carbs. And then after that, I'm doing like snacks, treats, things like that. Not every day is perfect, and that's okay. This journey probably started 10 years ago for me. So it's been an up and down, as many of you guys could probably relate to. I'm someone who struggled with my weight. I'm someone who has had, I wouldn't want to say EDs, but you know, I used to binge, whether that was disordered, I don't know. I never got checked. One second. I've never been diagnosed with anything or anything like that. So I've never had any health complications, like whether that's high blood pressure. Diabetes does run in my family. I would say at this point both sides of my family, and I think that's really just, it's come with age for my mom's side of the family. My father's side of the family, however, many of them did have or do have problems with diabetes and different types of health complications like that. And I've even lost my paternal grandmother. She actually died in the process of healing from surgery due to diabetic problems. So that is something that I do worry about. I do not want to be in my 50s or 60s and having to do with medication. I don't like medication as it is. I'm not like one of those go to the doctor types, not at all. And I don't know if that's like a fat person thing. Like, do all fat people not like going to the doctor? Because I just don't. I just rather not know. I would rather not know. Anywho, so we've been on this journey for quite some time, but we were doing really good towards the end of last year. And then we went on vacation and we did a bunch of things. You know, New Year's came around, all these things came around, and we just have no discipline. And by we, I mean me, myself, my husband, my roommate, my niece. We are all kind of always trying to help each other, either make better choices or go to the gym or do something. But then we have these relapses where we'll go like months with like, oh, let's go eat here, let's go eat there, let's do this, let's do that. Oh, we're always out of town, so like we have to eat out. Just a bunch of things, all kinds of excuses. And so earlier this year we went to Hawaii. So that was one of our earlier year trips. You know, I didn't feel as cute as I wanted to in all my outfits. Well, I kind of in a way, but once I go back to look at the pictures of different things, I'm like, ooh, that was not my angle. And it's like, how's a random person going to know what's my angle? They don't know the insecurities that I'm going through. So then we went to a different trip after that. And then after that, I was like, wow, like this is getting out of hand. And so we started going back to the gym. We're trying to eat at home as much as possible. We do like going out. So, you know, we're trying to incorporate going out, but being at home most of the time. So I think it was April 26th. We actually took progress photos, and then we also weighed in. So we went ahead and did that day. And so I have initial photos from April 26th for you. Okay. That's the back end. Don't look at my crack. Actually. Oh my gosh. We're just gonna do a little something here real quick. Okay, so I just didn't realize that my underwear was as see-through as it was until like after the fact. So this is April 26th, 289 pounds. Okay. So this is my starting point, my 1 millionth starting point. Not the cutest by any means. When I look at these pictures, what do I feel? I feel like not that bad, honestly. That's pretty sad, but like, look at this little, I've had this like bralette thing forever, and I don't think there's ever been a time where it actually fit. I purposely got it small because I wanted it to be tight so that it wouldn't be like falling off, or so that I would actually hold in place. But yeah, so this is where I'm at, 289 pounds. That was April 26th. One thing that I've learned in my process of trying to lose weight on and off, constantly struggling with that, is slower is better. I've done do 12 miles of cardio every day. I've done wake up early, go to the gym, track everything that I ate, like every little thing, track it. If I didn't weigh it, I couldn't eat it. So when I lost a lot of weight, and maybe I do have a lot of pictures, I'll go ahead and share one. I actually felt really good. I probably felt the best that I ever could. I was also in my 20s, so if you're in your 20s and you're struggling with your weight, that is the time. There is no energy like energy of your teens into your 20s. And especially if you don't have any like body complications. Like, I have a bad back, so that's something that does limit me. But before I had a bad back, I would like wake up early and go to the gym like 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? Go to the gym. I already had all my stuff weighed out. All my food was weighed out, counted. I had every 2 hours I was eating from the moment I woke up to like the second I went to bed. Every food item was accounted for. So my mornings were like 4 a.m. going to the gym, having breakfast, going to work, coming home from work, going for a walk or a long jog. Sometimes this was like an hour. Sometimes it was a couple of hours. I remember I would challenge myself to go. In the beginning, it started off small, obviously, but once I started challenging myself, it would be like, I'm going to walk 6 miles one direction. It'll force me to have to walk 6 miles back. So I was doing about 12, 15 mile walks and jogs. Like, that's insane for me. I was constantly active. Like, I would wear my Fitbit, or what was that other tracker? There's another tracker out there. I can't remember what it's called. But I remember when I got it, I was so happy because I would use that thing like religiously. If I worked out, like, I had to account for every little thing, every movement, every exercise. Otherwise, it would just throw my whole thing off. And so that's where it became toxic, is where like I couldn't have a normal life because I was so extreme. But I will say those were probably some of the, physically, I felt the best. And yeah, so fast forward to, that was about 2015, 2016. Fast forward to 2023, I've just continuously gained weight after then. I've been close to the 300s. I've come down to the 280s. I've been close to the 300s again. I think after our whole, like, this year, after a whole vacation and all that, I weighed myself and I was like 289, 90. So I've been kind of maintaining the 289s for who knows how long. My body likes to be there because I eat enough to sustain a 289 pound body, which that's another thing that I've had to learn, is how to actually moderate or cut back on certain foods, or balance out the foods that I'm eating. That's been really important in my journey. That's something that I've had to practice for years and years and years now. And right now, I think I'm at a really good place. I'm no longer attempting to overeat. I'm no longer wanting to overeat. I think I have a better understanding of, okay, I'm actually getting full. I should stop now. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat later again. So those are different things that I've learned with time. And when I say with time, like, I remember being like a kid and eating until full capacity and then wanting to pass out. And the sad thing about that is I come from a culture where like food is, probably a lot of cultures, food is really important. Food brings people together. When you come together, you're celebrating. There's always food. Food this, food that, food everything. And there's nothing wrong with food all the time. But there is something wrong when it's enabling bad behavior or bad characteristics, or you're developing toxic food behaviors. Like, I feel bad when I see the younger kids in my family or like relatives, like we're going to hang out. All of a sudden we need tons of food for people to gorge on. Like, we don't need that. And let's not enable each other to eat to where we are so full, like all you want to do is sit down. Like, all of that for me, when I see those things, it just makes me sad, because it reminds me that I was a kid one time. Nobody taught us to have a healthy relationship with food. And now I think, or now all we do is crave, not bad foods, but there are better options, low quality foods, craving low quality foods in high quantities. And yeah, there's just a lot on my mind about that kind of stuff. Maybe as the vlogs go on, I'll go ahead and elaborate. But either way, this is where I'm starting as of April 26th, 289 pounds. And then today I'm going to go ahead and show you my weigh-in. I am 5'7", okay? And I'm 32 years old. My name is Ruby, if I didn't already say that. And I appreciate you joining me on this journey. So I hope this video doesn't get too long and too boring. I'm going to try to be quick with the rest of the day. Just wanted to put this out there. I hope that if you are struggling with your weight, if you are struggling with confidence, if you are struggling with seeing progress, don't be discouraged. Just keep making good choices. That is something that I've recently been growing in my relationship with my faith. And so this one thing that I've been praying for is to just be rid of gluttony. Like, I do not want to be a gluttonous person. I do like to eat a lot of food. I do like to eat good portions of food. So I don't want to have to eat an enormous amount of food all the time. Like, and that is something that I'm getting better at. Like I said, it comes with practice. If that's something you're struggling with, it is possible to change. Although when you're freaking stuffing your mouth, or at least when I was stuffing my mouth I have all kinds of stuffing mouth sore. No, that sounds all kinds of wrong. I have a history of gorging on food just so that I can get that comfort of food coma. And you think that this is like an accomplishment. It feels good for 1 second, but you're feeling shitty at the same time. So I hope that this channel helps you to develop a better relationship with food and see that you can eat large quantities without having to compromise on your health. So my breakfast that I made earlier, it's been like 30 minutes, maybe more since I made it. It's probably freaking cold now, but these are things that I like to eat. I'm actually not a pancake girl, but they're the Kodiak pancakes, and that's why I've been eating them. You can still eat things that you love and see progress. So my weigh-in will be in next, and then we'll see you throughout the day. We'll go ahead and wrap this up at the end. Thanks for listening. It is about 5 p.m. Isn't that the best feeling ever? Whoa. It's about 5 p.m. I got home and just made the biggest bowl ever because I was so low energy that I was falling asleep. I didn't have my normal caffeine intake today. Sorry if I'm talking a little bit low. I always think the camera's over there, but it's really over here. Anywho, so I did 6.5 ounces of ground turkey. I made it yesterday, so it's like a ground turkey chipotle. I added chipotle sauce to it. Then I did 200 grams of cooked basmati rice. So that's about 2 cups, I think. I don't normally get that much, but it was already in its own container and I just put it all together and heated it up. And then I did a little bit of corn and black beans with that. I added some feta cheese. I was gonna do avocado, but the feta cheese was more accessible, whereas I didn't have to like cut or clean or do anything. Jalapeno for spice, and then a ton of lettuce. So don't judge my bowl. It's huge. So that's what I'm gonna have. Literally fire. I'll check in later today. It's not a gym day today. It may or may not be, but I don't think it is. No gym today. Gym tomorrow. That's it for right now. So it is the next day. It's Friday. And I just wanted to come here and wrap up yesterday's video. The night got away from me because we were busy doing things at home and hanging out with family and things like that. So from the last thing you guys saw, which was me having lunch, I actually wanted to take a nap after that because it was a pretty good sized meal, but I didn't. I stayed up. Yesterday my caffeine intake was low, and I think that's why I was kind of feeling like draggy like towards the middle and late afternoon. But Thursday nights we actually have a Bible study at my house, so we meet up, just a few of us, my husband, my parents. Last night were my nieces and my nephew-in-law. It was his birthday this week, so we decided to just have like a little hangout and cook at home. So what you saw were like short ribs, I don't remember what cut, but thin steaks that were grilled, guacamole, grilled onions, and the tortillas that I used, if I can find a picture of them, I think I've shared them before. They were like a chipotle kind of tortilla. They kind of had like a flour soft consistency. So 4 of those were 1 serving. One of them was 25 calories. I had 4 of those, and oh yeah, I forgot about my donut that I shared with Isaac. It wasn't actually a donut though, it was like a pastry. Supposedly it was a croffle. It was not croffly for me, so that was disappointing because in my mind when I was thinking about eating it, I was like thinking croffle, and then when I ate it, it was not. I also had 2 servings of hot Cheetos. Those are probably the best ones, the extra hot, the black bag, if you know, you know. And then I just drenched them with a lot of lemon. So basically I made like hot Cheeto cereal with lemon juice. My mouth is watering just remembering and salivating that salty, spicy, tangy stuff in my mouth. So yeah, I did weigh out 2 portions. And let's see what else. I think that was pretty much it. I had the Olipop, which I haven't really been drinking sodas, and my soda alternatives have been the Olipops. They are a little weird in flavor to begin with, so if you're not really into that, then I would ease into it. I would get one, try it, see if you like it. If I do not recommend they have a root beer flavor. Yeah, I like root beer, okay? But that root beer tasted like, maybe it's just me because my husband says he doesn't taste it, but I don't believe him. It has like an apple cidery like hint or flavor to it. If you've ever had kombucha, it kind of had like that similar flavor. So if that's something you like, I would highly recommend. If it's not like something you like, do not even try it because it was bad. I'm assuming that the dark soda flavors all taste like that. Like, let's see, because they have like a cherry Coke or a cherry vanilla or a vanilla Coke or a Coke, something like that. I haven't tried those because after I tried root beer, I'm just thinking that the dark sodas are just not it for me for that brand. But like the strawberry one was good, the tropical punch I like, and then they had like a lime one, which is kind of tasted like Sprite 7-Up-y. So those have been my go-to drinks. We also do like a lot of sparkling waters at our house. I've been drinking, oh, I forgot to show you guys. I have like this flask. I think it's like 70 something ounces of water. So I do drink from that throughout the day. I would say I had about, I'm not really sure how many ounces of water because I did have a couple of cups of water outside of my flask and I did finish my flask also. But anywho, yeah, I just wanted to wrap up this video and say thank you so much if you made it to the end. I really appreciate you joining me on this journey and I hope that you stick around for the long run. And if there's anything that you liked, disliked, want to know more about, please comment, like, or subscribe. I'm almost to my 100 person or subscriber goal, so that's my first mini goal and I'm really excited because every time I see a new friend on there, I'm like, okay, there's momentum, we're getting there. And what else? Yeah, so that's everything. So I will catch you guys here in a little bit. I'm going to be working throughout the weekend on a different vlog for you guys, just everything that I eat because I am going to be out of town. So I just want to make sure that I'm going to document and see where I'm at when I'm not at home, when I don't have food prep with me, when I don't have like a schedule, things like that. I am going to be going to the gym, so I'm actually packing for that now. Some of my packing stuff are right here. So yeah, thank you once again, and I hope that you have a wonderful day and just keep trying. That's all we can do is do your best, do a little bit better today than you did yesterday. And I had a lot of pastries yesterday, more than the usual because of the little birthday party thing we had. So I'm gonna do my best not to have as many, but also to, you know, we'll see what happens. All right guys, see you guys on the next one.